Now at 5, the rain may have slowed down a bit, but we are not done yet, and there is a chance for some storms tonight.
Only on RTV6, the hospital opening up an ER dedicated only to COVID-19 patients. I'm Rafael Sanchez. That story next on the news at 5.
Tonight, we're working to find out how Meals on Wheels is still safely delivering food to seniors in need.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Now at 5, the heavy downpours we've seen today are only the beginning on this Storm Team 6 alert day. Even heavier rain is expected tomorrow. Thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Amanda Starrentino here at the RTV6 studios.
And I'm Mark Mullins, broadcasting from a temporary studio at my home. And also joining us today from his home is Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory, all in an effort here to increase our social distancing. Let's get right to that very wet forecast. Kevin?
And we'll talk more about my setup here in just a little bit. I just want to point out it's what's not happening right now that's the story. 60 degrees, that's our temperature, but we have no thunderstorms in central Indiana. We're getting a little bit of a break. They just exited the northeast portion of the state. What will happen over the next 24 hours? A couple different rounds of thunderstorms. Flash flood watch for you in Monticello as we go to Peru, Logansport, Kokomo, and Marion North. That's overnight into the morning. I think we'll see more heavy rain on a widespread basis as we get to the afternoon hours tomorrow. Tonight, really overnight, as you go north of Indianapolis, the threat for some thunderstorms producing hail mainly, and that would be into the morning hours tomorrow. Temperatures during the day tomorrow will be in the 70s. Here are rain chances tonight. You can see climbing through the overnight first thing in the morning. That's the way we'll start. Temperatures tomorrow will warm into the 70s. We'll finish the timeline hour by hour to get you into the weekend coming up.
We'll see you soon, Kevin. Thank you. A somber statistic to report in the spread of coronavirus in Indiana. The largest day-to-day increase in deaths to report tonight. Today, the State Department of Health reported 7 more people have died from COVID-19. That brings the statewide total to 24. Indiana is closing in on 1,000 positive cases at 981 right now. That's an increase of 338 since the last report. Marion County has the most cases at 484. Nearly 7,000 Hoosiers have been tested. That's more than 2,000 added cases over yesterday. Now let's take a look at the global picture here. The United States now has the most cases of coronavirus in the world. We've topped China, and Italy is now number 2. Worldwide, there are more than 585,000 cases. About 97,000 of those are in the U.S. The deaths across the globe have topped 26,800. The U.S. accounts for about 1,500 of those. On the positive side of all this, we want to tell you nearly 130,000 people in the world have recovered. Well, let's talk about the national stimulus plan that is now happening. Less than an hour ago, President Trump signed into law the $2 trillion economic stimulus package meant to save an economy in a free fall as a result of COVID-19. The House passed the bill this afternoon. It is the largest emergency aid package in U.S. history. Key elements of this include sending checks directly to individuals and families, a major expansion of unemployment benefits, help for small businesses, and business loans. The president also issued an order today to force the General Motors Company to produce ventilators for coronavirus patients under the Defense Production Act. Some of that production will be done in Kokomo. The bill also gives those making $75,000 or less $1,200. Married couples who make up $150,000 would get $2,400 and $500 for each child. Those checks could be sent out as early as April 6th.
Governor Holcomb and health officials say they're confident that Indiana's hospitals can handle a surge in coronavirus patients. But states across the country are reporting dwindling supplies to treat patients and keep doctors and nurses safe. RTV6's Cameron Riddle is live at the State House, where the governor explained how supplies are being sent out across the state. Cameron.
Hey, Amanda, good evening. So it sounds like the tale of two stories. On one hand, state officials are saying there are loads of supplies headed to Indiana hospitals. But at the same time, hospitals are asking the public for donations of those very same supplies. So which is it? The governor says it's not two tales. It's one long story that shows Indiana hospitals need every supply load that they can get.
We want our cup to runneth over in terms of supplies. We don't want the public or our hospitals, care centers, first responders to think that we're letting up. I mean, we're going to work every day trying to get as much supplies as we can. If we have too much, then we'll start talking about getting it out.
The governor says personal protection supplies are coming from a number of places, including a federal stockpile and the Indiana Department of Corrections. At today's press conference, the Corrections Commissioner showed a number of supplies inmates are now making, including face guards, gowns, and face masks. The supplies coming from the Department of Corrections will be going to first responders on the street so they aren't dipping into the hospital supply. As I mentioned earlier, a number of hospitals are asking the public to donate supplies. We have an exact list of what they need and how you can get that to them on theindychannel.com. The governor also did applaud General Motors for their plans to start building ventilators at the Kokomo plant. Much more on that coming up. And also coming up, we've heard about the influx of supplies that are needed. Well, why is that? Today's coronavirus case number is at 981. Coming up tonight at 6, hear why the governor says this is just the calm before the storm. We're live at the State House tonight. I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Even tough to hear those words, Cameron. Thank you. A local hospital unexpectedly ended up with 2 emergency rooms. Now one is being used to isolate and treat COVID-19 patients. RTV6's Rafael Sanchez reports tonight from Franklin.
Johnson Memorial Health is treating COVID-19 patients, and thanks to construction delays, the hospital finds itself with 2 emergency rooms. The old emergency room is still open. The new one was just completed, though not open to the public. It has been turned into a COVID-19 unit. 12 patients are being treated. As of noon, 4 are confirmed to have the coronavirus.
It's so important because now we can isolate those patients, but it's not also keeping them in one unit. It's separating them from the other hospitalized patients because, again, you still have people coming in here and they don't have COVID-19. They have other illnesses.
Dr. Dunkel says the hospital is stocked with the necessary masks and gowns. 15 ventilators are in place, but none have been used to date. On Thursday, Johnson Memorial saw an uptick in the number of COVID-19 cases, specifically 2 from the Otterbein Senior Life Facility across the street. Doctors and nurses were ready.
These are the situations you prepare for. I mean, I told a physician yesterday, there's a reason why we do emergency drills yearly, and you have these plans in place for situations like this.
The new emergency room can handle up to 22 patients for now. There's talk of expanding the space if necessary. Working for you in Franklin, Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
And just minutes ago, we learned that the COVID-19 unit at that hospital will be able to handle up to 28 patients if needed. Meals on Wheels of Central Indiana is still working hard to make sure seniors in our community are fed. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum followed volunteers as they made deliveries today. She explains what changes they've made to help keep everyone safe.
Leaders say service does not stop when there's a pandemic. If anything, it becomes even more important for those seniors who rely on Meals on Wheels for food. Through the rain with gloves and masks. Volunteers with Meals on Wheels are making sure no senior goes hungry. It's a service that hundreds of Hoosiers right here in our area rely on. But in order to keep everyone safe, volunteers have had to make some adjustments.
We call it knock and dash lovingly. It's not what we usually do. We usually do the wellness check with the client and see how they're doing, say hello. But today we're distancing ourselves as much as we can.
These volunteers leave the food by the door and then step away to make sure they leave a safe distance between them and the recipients, who are in the most vulnerable category for COVID-19. Meals on Wheels of Central Indiana has also started sending a lot of their meals through UPS. Seniors receive a 10-day supply of fresh frozen food. Wellness checks are being done over the phone. Leaders say they lost a lot of volunteers due to illness or corporations moving to a work-from-home model. But they've also seen an increase in new volunteers looking for ways to help.
We've had an outpouring of support of people emailing us, calling us, seeing what they can do to help. And it's just really tremendous. In these times, everyone is worried about their own personal safety, but there are people that are willing to, do what they can, use the proper protection to still make sure people that have no choice can still eat.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Well, if you'd like to volunteer with Meals on Wheels, you can send them an email or Facebook message. You'll find those links posted in this story on our website at theindychannel.com. There are also many other organizations looking for volunteers right now. We've created a list for you for that as well. That, too, is on our website.
We've seen the negative impact on so many small businesses due to the outbreak, but one Central Indiana business is working overtime to help Hoosiers get the food they need. Knightstown Meat and Catering is a butcher located in Henry County. Owner Daniel Titus has been preparing meat for over 30 years. With a lot of the big chain stores having a hard time keeping meat on their shelves, Titus says people have been turning to him, and that has kept him and his staff extremely busy.
My crew's been working 12 to 16 hours a day for the last 15 days.
All of the Knightstown Meat and Catering menu items come from Indiana. Titus says the one thing that differentiates his business from some of the big chain stores is that he has control over the meat that comes into the store. The Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis has released new directives as Holy Week and Easter approach. There will be no public celebrations of Palm Sunday or any Holy Week liturgies, including Easter Sunday masses. This is in light of the stay-at-home order issued by Governor Holcomb. Indianapolis Archbishop Charles Thompson will lead Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Easter Vigil liturgies without a congregation at St. Peter and Paul Cathedral. They will be streamed live at archindy.org. Individual parishes are also live streaming their services. Check your parish website for guidance. More postponements to big May events due to the virus. The 500 Festival announced today that the 500 Festival Parade, Memorial Service, and 500 Festival Off the Grid will not take place at their previously scheduled May dates this year. The festival says with the Indy 500 moving to August, the 500 Festival is committed to providing community events to precede the race. New dates, event details, and ticket info will be released as soon as they are finalized.
Still ahead here on RTV6 News at 5. This could be just the lifeline you need. Temporary jobs available right now to help weather coronavirus layoffs.
And this is a classic Indiana weather map in the spring. 45 in Fort Wayne, 77 in Bloomington. We'll talk about big temperature swings and storms coming up.
Lease on the 2020 Rogue.
Through our Hiring Hoosiers initiative, we are committed to connecting you to jobs, resources, and training opportunities. And during this COVID-19 crisis, many workers here in our state are finding themselves on the unemployment line. That's why our Lauren Casey spoke with one local company looking to hire laid-off service industry employees during this pandemic.
A lot of the folks we're talking to and we want to talk to are those that are maybe in the restaurant business that have been outplaced.
In this time of social distancing and stay-at-home orders, more and more Hoosiers are finding themselves without work and without a paycheck. As days pass, bills become due, families need support. And so for many, just waiting until this is over is not an option. But here is an option to hold you over until your job becomes available again.
Where we come in to support that is, as you can imagine, as those folks are going home, they're having to take equipment home. We're having to work with our clients to image new laptops.
Amy Hall is the VP of HR for a company in Indy called Bell Technologics. They specialize in serving clients in field services, working remotely, and more.
Of course, as they go home, lots of folks have questions. They get home, they've not worked home-based before. So they might have, connectivity issues or what have you. So we're seeing our volumes on our service desk increase 5 to 10 times the regular volume.
So Beltec Logics is looking to hire those laid off, especially in the service industry, to put their people skills to good use during the crisis as customer service support.
Not technical. They just really have to be able to provide some great customer service to the end user who's calling in.
The company is hiring 50-plus customer service reps, and that number could grow. These are temporary positions they hope will not only help the clients they serve, but also the Indy area as a whole, as they have the ability to put Hoosiers who are unemployed back to work. Lauren Casey, RTV6.
And as a customer service rep, you would work from home. Typical hours are 8 to 5. They can help you get the equipment and skills necessary to do this job. You can apply now on their website. We posted a link to that on our website at hiringhoosiers.com. Mark.
This is also a time that we can't all gather around the table, but we can still come together as a community. We're Open Indy is a partnership between WRTV and our local restaurants. Today, we put the spotlight on Metazoa Brewing Company. The pet-friendly tap room is taking keg owners, growler orders, and 4 packs of 16-ounce can orders, all of which come with DIY coloring pages featuring various animal illustrations of Metazoa's beer brands and a bag of dog treats from City Dogs Grocery. Metazoa is one of the small businesses that were not only able to keep their doors open, but also able to keep paying their employees. You can read more about Metazoa and see a long list of other Indy area restaurants that are open for service on our website. Find the link on our homepage at theindychannel.com, and it's also on your RTV6 app.
Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast. An alert day tracking rain, chances of storms. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us from home, all part of social distancing. Kevin.
How about that? A home cast for my forecast. In nearly 31 years, I've never forecasted from home, built weather graphics from home, broadcast from home, update the website from home. You get the idea. We can do it all remotely. I'd like to thank the RTV6 engineering team, Danny Miller helping out, as well as Sean Gowan and everyone behind the scenes. So we try to do this as seamlessly as possible. And we'll get better at this as we go along. I just want to point out tomorrow, and if you really want to narrow the hours where we're more likely to have severe weather, it'd be tomorrow evening through about midnight tomorrow night. Then we move on to a windy and much colder Sunday. Winds will gust to 40 miles per hour, and we'll also have temperatures a lot cooler, 30 degrees cooler in spots. Jumping to Saturday, notice this over here. It's not that often that you have a moderate risk for severe storms with a tornado risk. That's over Illinois. An enhanced risk comes into northwest Indiana, Lafayette, Monticello, Williamsport, Attica, Fowler, the rest of central Indiana with a slight risk for severe storms. And again, the main timing for that would be tomorrow night. Tornado threat is there. Greater threat would be large hail and damaging wind. We'll also keep our eye on the flooding potential. The ground is saturated. It doesn't take as much rain each event to create more problems, and we may see 2 inches of additional rain in spots. It's what you don't see on radar right now. That's a good news. We get a little break and we'll take it. Storm Shield app, whenever you hear me talk about the potential for severe weather, great tool to have. It is free for your iPhone. Will allow you to have a weather radio in your pocket. It will alert you to storms if you happen to be sleeping at night as storms roll through. That will wake you up. As far as what's going to happen over the weekend, warmest day tomorrow, the wettest day, but I still think we'll have plenty of dry hours. 59 on Sunday, that's the big temperature change, and the wind will increase. Saturday, rain chances in the morning, a round of showers, thunderstorms, a low, and then you see the chance and probability climb late tomorrow evening into the early overnight hours. As you look at temperatures in the 60s already when you wake up, into the 70s in the afternoon hours, with the threat for thunderstorms continuing to increase. Here's your 7-day planner. Temperatures over the next 7 days cool off quite a bit. You'll be in the 50s here, as you can see, during the day tomorrow, or during the day Sunday. We're dry on Monday. Let's bring Rory in for 1 second here. Just want to show you, people were wondering, okay, you're going to be at home. Are we going to get to see Rory Gregory? Here is her silent appearance. I'm sure at some point she will sound off. So this is Rory Gregory.
You know, Kevin, you're going to have to be careful. Rory's pretty cute. She might take your spot.
You're on TV. You're on TV.
Let her rest for her next appearance. Thank you, Kevin and Rory. Well, Baby Shark is back. The message the catchy tune is sending to kids in the age of coronavirus.
Visit the Hiring Hoosiers job board.
Welcome back. Sorry, parents. Baby Shark is making a comeback for a good cause. Ping Pong's Baby Shark jingle that every toddler seems to know has been reworked to teach the little ones good hygiene in this coronavirus age.
Wash your hands, do-do-do-do-do, wash your hands, do-do-do-do-do, wash your hands, do-do-do-do-do, wash your hands. Grab some soap, do-do-do-do-do, grab some soap, do-do-do-do-do, grab some soap, do-do-do-do-do, grab some soap.
That's wash your hands with Baby Shark, just in case you wanted to look it up if it's not stuck in your head already. It goes on to tell kids to rub, rinse, and dry their hands, and also encourages them to cover their sneeze and cough into your elbow, like we all should do. The company also started a dance challenge to encourage families to upload videos of their children washing their hands to the song. Many people are losing their jobs during this coronavirus pandemic. All new at 6 p.m., we show you one company that's aggressively trying to hire, and we'll connect you to even more job opportunities.